How's everyone doing today? I see Panga. Better not be late, Daniel. I um I was on time for my second time that I set. I did set this for 3 o'clock originally, and then I pushed it to 3:15. One of the most annoying things, one of my pet peeves, is when people set a time for something and then they take it upon themselves. Like if you're gonna be late for something, you really should you should disclose it up front, in my opinion. You should let people know that you're gonna be late. But when you set a second time on your own, that no one's really pressing you for like, hey, it needs to be sooner rather than later. If I were to set 3:15 and then not come till 3:30, 3:45, that's a pet peeve of mine. So yeah, I did push it 15 minutes, but that was just so I could have plenty of time to get here on screen for you guys at the right time. Yeah. Post shower glow is probably more like sweat. I'm probably still sweating slightly. Let me catch up with chat. Garen's in the skid steer. Can't hear a damn thing, but I'm here. I appreciate you, Garen. I don't think they have closed captioning available for watching something live, unfortunately. So appreciate you being here. Not a very visual stream. We got quad shot, smash the like, Alex as well. Catch 'em late collectibles. It's steamy out today. It is beautiful here in central New York. Tomorrow and Friday are going to be like too hot for me. 60 degrees, partly sunny, partly cloudy, whatever you want to call it, is ideal, in my opinion, because me personally, I sweat really easy. And if it's like 70, 75 and I'm in the sun, I'm just going to sweat doing nothing. Today I was putting in a walkway. So I was handling 40-pound pavers and 50-pound bags of leveling sand and things like that. I was sweating like crazy. What soap do I use? I think it's some like 3-in-1. It's like hair, body, and face wash all in one. I think it's like Suave for men, if I remember correctly. Big thing. You got to pump it to get it out. Probably not a high dollar thing. Pretty bargain brand. Let's see. Goodbye spring, hello summer for a week. Yeah. Hit the like button while you wait, you filthy animals. I do have a lot of my eBay. Anything over 6 months, really. Maybe even some over 3 months are on 25% off through tax time. And then after tax time, I plan on doing like a full re-inventory of all my items in my eBay store. I'll probably delist and relist almost everything. Not just like delisting, relisting at the same price, hoping that pleases the algorithm. I'm going to delist. I'm going to re-look up the prices. I'm going to verify that I do like a physical inventory count. And then I'll relist it at a new price, trying to get things moving. Shower stream. No shower stream. I did see somebody say, I want a riding lawnmower stream. When I was like, I finished lunch at like 12:15, 12:30 maybe. And my wife was like, because I knew I was going to be pushing it. I knew I was going to be pushing whether or not I'd be done by like 2:30 to get cleaned up and stream. But what ended up happening was I actually ran out of my paver base. I ran out of like, not gravel, not sand, but like an actual, I'm using like base panels. I believe they're called like Brock paver base panels. I was too shy. I sketched and planned my material list, and then the stones that I ended up opting for, the actual pavers that I ended up opting to use for the walkway, didn't allow me to do like a 3-foot by 4-foot section. So I actually went 4x4 because they're 16 inches wide. So I would have had to either do 32 inches wide or 48 inches wide. So I just opted for the wider. And then I forgot to add on like 1 or 2 paver base panels. So measure twice, cut once. I did not do that. Thankfully I didn't have to cut anything, but I measured once. I did my material list once and I didn't double check it. Project changed in the middle. And then I ran out of my paver base panels. Then with the post shower glow, he uses Dove soap 100%. We're not into mowing season yet, but it's going to be coming soon. Yeah. You do personal errands during work hours. I love that now. I love that, like, I don't have to. This is a project that I would have had to do the evenings. I would have had to squeeze in a couple hours at a time, or I would have had to use personal time. But I've just been able to, I can go to the post office when they're open. I don't have to schedule my workday around it. I don't have to try to squeeze it in on lunch. The flexibility of doing that, being full-time, is really nice. Ponga says, I'm so clean and shiny. Yeah, literally just out of the shower. I think maybe a slight, I don't think it's sweat. I don't know. Little bit almost sunburnt maybe. I worked for a couple hours out in the sun before lunch, and I didn't put on sunscreen, and then I applied my sunscreen after lunch. So hopefully I'm not going to end up being super, super burnt. Ernie uses coconut oil extract serum on his body. One of those soaps that's also dish and laundry detergent. Yeah, we just use Dawn for everything here. We use a nice blend of Dawn and Tide. It just covers the laundry, the dishes, and the hair and body. Chemical engineer doesn't plan effectively, not surprised. How long did it take you to build up inventory before you were consistently making multiple sales on eBay? Back when I started, I did a lot more of the $1.99 play sets. I did a lot more of the playable stuff, the latest set. I wasn't doing 48 boxes like Old Skool is doing these days, but I was doing like 2 cases or so, and I was selling a lot of the cards from the set. So you could build up inventory with $1,000, with a couple $1,000. You could add 200 items to your store. Every card, I mean, even more. Every card, regular, reverse holo, play sets of some of the trainers. So it all depends on what you're selling. But everything I have today is a culmination of the past 9 years. But I was doing the cheaper stuff out of the gate. So I was buying and flipping collections, and I was buying and opening cases of ultra modern product right out of the gate. I don't remember exactly how many I had by year, but I probably had a couple hundred listings within the first few months. I'm really interested to see how he was Mr. Walrus. Honestly, no, nothing against anyone else, but I was most excited to meet Mr. Walrus just because he was a pure mystery when I was going to Orlando. So how funny he is in chat, I just had no idea what to expect because I never saw a picture of him. He doesn't have a channel. So seeing that first time face reveal, just human reveal. Seeing the man himself, really, really cool. I think a lot of people will be pleasantly, not pleasantly surprised. They'll just be happy with how he is, and funny in real life. It translates. It translates from live chat into person. So yeah. Plans for today. I honestly don't really have much of any plans. I think I did get some consignments in recently. I'll show quickly. I did watch the Mario movie. Let me know in chat. Did anybody else watch the Mario movie yet? I did watch it, and the Mario movie was really good. I really liked it. My son is big into Mario these days. While I'm talking about the Mario movie, I was happy with it. It was a good show. I'll show off the Mario slabs I have on auction. These are on auction. Hopefully they show international. I know my consigner, he said that he's unable to see them, and some of his international friends are, but I have everything enabled for all my listings are globally controlled, not listing by listing, but by like broad rules for shipping. And these all have the same broad shipping rules. If I go into the listing, it shows eBay international shipping. But yeah, anyways, hopefully international people can see them. If not, I don't know that these would be that negatively affected. There are some Dragon Ball Z. There are some Gundam. So a little bit of Dragon Ball Z, a little bit of Gundam. All BGS, 8.5s and 9s, I believe. I don't think there's any, no 9.5s, nothing lower. But yeah, those are there. Affiliate link in the description below if you're interested in checking those out. Most or many are still at 99 cents. So I know a lot of other consigners do 99 cents with $5 shipping. I do free shipping. So hopefully that doesn't get my consigner more wrecked. But yeah, like I know James and I believe Nick, Rusty, I think everyone does like $5 shipping. I put 99-cent ship or free shipping on everything. So if I guess I might, I did sell some of this consigner's cards via buy it now. I'll probably like split the loss on shipping. Hopefully one person buys them all. But yeah, if he ends up getting something selling for 99 cents with free shipping, I'll like split the shipping cost with him. Some cards he'll go negative on. I think one of them's up to like $10, but yeah, they're all there if you're interested. Jack Black for president. Yeah, the Bowser songs about Peach were really funny. I love Jack Black. Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, that movie. I used to listen to a lot of Tenacious D. My freshman year roommate was really into Jack Black as well. Yeah. Oh man. I really like Z and Cam. Laughed a good amount of time they were on. Yeah, I mean, all of our guests, we only have on guests that we know to some amount. Otherwise, like I think it's great what Jake has done before, the call-in shows, and I know Andy Northwoods did one. Unfortunately, Andy had a little bit of an issue with his. I get so nervous. I would be so nervous running like a call-in type show with people that I don't know, people that I haven't like vetted somehow, either through video or through meeting in person. But yeah, having met in person, James, before having had him on, I mean, I hadn't met Cam in person at the time that we had him on. We've had them on a couple times, but most people I've had on, I've either talked to extensively on Discord or done video chats with, or they have a YouTube and I've consumed a bunch of their content. All great people. Really, really like all the people that I've had on. Have you ever had a problem scheduling a redelivery? I missed the signature for a PSA box delivery, and my redelivery, I never showed up, and it isn't at any of my local POs. That is weird. I have not really, though redeliveries are infrequent for me. Almost everything I ship to my PO box. Some things have to go UPS or FedEx because and they won't allow you to ship to a PO box. But anything that can goes to a PO box. They leave the slip. I go in there Monday through Friday every single day, sometimes on Saturdays. So I couldn't recommend PO boxes more. I know for some people who don't do as much, who aren't going to the post office every day as part of their job, it's a little bit more of like a hurdle, that $100 a year, $200 a year if you're in a bigger city. But I get like the small size box. They just leave slips for everything. I'm there every day grabbing it anyways. Obviously, that doesn't help you in hindsight. That doesn't help you with this one. But I would talk to the people at the post office. I would keep checking that tracking. I don't really know what to propose here. Maybe I've had weird things happen before where like it comes to my local branch and then it goes back to the hub and then it comes back. I mean, I live in New York and I've bought stuff from like Tennessee that ends up in California before it comes to New York, and then it goes to my local hub, and then it goes back to the yeah, really weird things at times. Hopefully it's just something like that. Hopefully it'll get to you in a few days. But looks like some people that saw the Mario movie as well really liked it. We have Real Jobs Dan. We can't just go Tuesdays at noon to see them. It's been out for almost a week now. I went Tuesday at 11 a.m. We went out. This week the weather's been amazing. My wife is off. My son is off from school. So I'm definitely enjoying it some. I'm trying to get some house projects done. Kids are out there with the tape measures, measuring stuff and grabbing shovels and trying to help. And, but yeah, Tuesday I went to a diner for breakfast, and then we did the Mario movie. And then yesterday and today, I just did a few hours each on the patio project. My wife did say, I forget if I already said this now. Someone said something about a lawnmower stream. My wife did say that I should have streamed myself finishing the patio. I think I started to say that, and then I got caught on something else. But she's like, oh yeah, you should just set it up. So I think the first foray into like completely non-Pokemon content I try is going to be RuneScape. I did not watch it yet, and I don't think I'll watch the whole thing. I do love Java Akuma and the Green Shiz, their channels, their content, but I've never played Rocket League. Honestly, I would probably really enjoy Rocket League, but I don't know that I'll get into like watching it that much. But I want to check out a little bit here and there just to see how they did. They did a stream over the weekend, I believe, and Java's talked about doing different gaming variety type streams here and there. For the longest time, I've been periodically dropping references to old school RuneScape, and every time I do, someone says like, "Oh yeah, man, you gotta send some raids, you gotta send some boss slayer, and just do it on stream." So much of my like flipping, my initial interactions with flipping were in Gielinor, were in RuneScape. I've got my settled Swampletics back here. I can't promise when. Right now I have a Cerberus task. A lot of people don't know what this means. But at some point, when I have an interesting boss task with a potential for like a big drop, and I can just kind of like semi-passively do it, but also stream and keep up with chat, I'm going to do an old school RuneScape stream. That's going to be my first foray. Lawnmower stream, things like that. It'll be harder to set up. Nice thing about RuneScape, I play RuneScape on this exact setup, on this exact computer. So it's really, literally, there's no barrier to overcome. There's nothing that needs to be done to just start streaming it. I could just click go live and throw it up on OBS, and then boom, it's done. To set up a lawnmower stream, I would need to have a camera indoors that has access to my Wi-Fi, looking out onto my lawn, and then you're just going to see me looping around. I mean, I could probably set up like a wireless mic that would somehow transmit things. I think it would be hilarious. I think like right now I'm pulling 67 viewers. I would be shocked if 10 people stayed in there, but maybe more than I think would. I told my wife that when she said something about streaming the end of it, the end of me doing the walkway, it's like, I mean, lawn mowing is more simple. One thing I would worry about streaming something like that is you're going to have 5 people saying, "Oh, I would do it this way. Oh, I would do it that way. What's he doing? Dan doesn't know what he's doing." I mean, I'm a chemical engineer and a Pokemon reseller, so maybe I wasn't the most expert paver walkway installer, but I think I did a decent job. Anyways, that's something to look forward to, or maybe perhaps not look forward to. I would be really interested on a Friday or a Saturday night to see how many viewers I could pull, and if I could just have good, interesting conversation about RuneScape, about Pokemon, whatever you guys wanted to talk about, whoever wanted to hang out. Adult beverages would probably be consumed, whether we're talking a RuneScape stream or a lawnmower stream. But yeah, yeah. People watch you go through spreadsheets. I think you'd have more here for the lawn mowing show than you think. I will promise you, within the next couple months, I will do a RuneScape stream for sure. Pending how the RuneScape stream goes. I mean, I used to play Fortnite. I haven't played that in so long. I'd be so bad. I mean, I'm probably bad at RuneScape too. But down the line, like a dryer repair, or a dryer repair would be easier, honestly. Or changing my oil, or something silly like that would be funny. But we'll see. We'll start with RuneScape and we'll go from there. Let me catch up with chat. Super Saiyan TCG says he must have not paid for an item and can't see your listings. I might have him blocked. I don't think that's the case, because I think he can see items in my store. And he said he had some international friends check as well. Dan influenced me to quit my job and invest in Pokemon. Uh-oh. Dan influenced me to quit my job and invest in Metazoo. Question: if the consigner DMs me to talk about these cards and the great investment potential, am I getting played? Yes, probably. I wouldn't be investing in them, nor any other cardboard, but they are cool. They're pretty cool looking. You got Bowser, you got Mario. Good stuff. Jamie Chris VA wants to snipe them. Dan influenced me to quit my job and invest in label printers. D1T Landon, also a Pick of Destiny fan. Ray will definitely be on Pokeflips at some point. We've been a little bit all around. We only get through one guest every 4 weeks, about one guest a month. I guess it would be 13 guests a year as opposed to 12 because we're doing it every 4 weeks, right? So 13 guests a year. We will get Ray on at some point for sure. We have a few. We always have several people in discussions, and it just comes down to scheduling. And it's okay, Ray. Dan didn't want me either. Ray, let's start a podcast and not invite Dan on. Oh, I do use my PO box for PSA. Yeah. LW said I do have a PO box. I thought you couldn't use PO address for PSA. I need to go do that. Didn't realize you could. Yep, I always have. I forget. I think I just do the generic insured delivery. Maybe you can't do like overnight. Maybe they only overnight through FedEx or whatever. But I just do like a generic. I do a generic insured delivery or whatever for return. I think it's called, or standard delivery. I don't remember what it's called. If you need to know on my end what it's called, just send me a DM somewhere and I'll get back to you. Probably tomorrow. Probably not tonight. But I am going to go till 4:30. I did push it 15 minutes. I'm not going to push the end time 15 minutes because it is a beautiful day. And I plan on, we're taking the kids out to go for a bike ride. And we are going to, if I say the name, it won't mean anything to anyone. It's like a mom and pop. It's like an ice cream place that does burgers and like grill and fryer stuff. Almost like a Dairy Queen, but not fast food, and it's not a chain. It's like a little local chain, I guess. Yeah, PO box is definitely an option for PSA. So Old Skool didn't yet drop any skill. They did a poll on which of 3 skills people would like to add: shamanism, taming, and sailing. Sailing won barely over shamanism. I voted for shamanism only. But you could pick multiple answers, and they're just going to take it to the next stage of development. There will be an ultimate vote on whether or not it goes further. But yeah, it's just in the planning stages right now. Jake from Pallet Town's also on Serb. I've gotten 3 primordials. I want that pet bad. I don't know that I'm not going to go like crazy for getting the pet. It's a 1 in 3,000 drop rate. So talk about Moonbryon. Moonbryon is 1 in 1,000 to 1 in 2,000. There's this boss. It's like a boss in RuneScape, a boss monster you have to slay. It takes like 2 minutes to 3 minutes per kill, and it's a 1 in 3,000 drop rate. So if you do the math, it's like 150 hours on average to get the pet. Obviously, you get other things when you're slaying him. There's all the various drops to go after. But yeah, I've not gotten the pet, and I've also not gotten the magic crystal. I forget what it's called. There's the primordial, and then there's the Pegasian. I got the infernal. I forget what the I forget what the mage one's called. I'm behind on chat a bunch. Wife recommending you stream, must suck to have a great support system. I doing the pavers, I would not want to, that would not work out well. It couldn't be something so physical, because I was just like, I would just be like panting the whole time. You guys wouldn't even be able to understand me. 10 lawnmower stream pulling 50 easily, maybe more. I'll be really interested. I'll see what I can do about setting up a camera, but that'll be down the line. That'll probably be late summer at earliest. Total level on Old Skool is like 1950. I'm a main. I'm a dirty stinking main, as Behemoth calls it. So I'm not an Iron Man. When is the Metazoo market Q&A? I want to know the best place to get boxes. I am going to have a live stream whenever my product lands. I hope it will land. I might be streaming tomorrow night. There's a potential that I stream tomorrow night. DHL part of my order is coming tomorrow, hopefully. If it doesn't come tomorrow, I'm going to be in a rough spot. Seance, I was in a rough spot. Thankfully, I did get like 24 boxes, I think. 24 or maybe 12 boxes came early, and I was able to stream with those. But I'm going to do a rip and ship stream if anyone wants to buy. I am a partner. I do follow MAP. There have been updates to how MAP is being enforced. I will disclose all of that on the live stream when I do it. I do have a code. I have a code active right now where you can buy Seance booster boxes on my eBay for $78, and that is not in violation of MAP. So if you look on my eBay, it is advertised, minimum advertised price of $112. I have my box on eBay, publicly facing, it is $112. But I have a code that I shared through Instagram recently. If anyone wants to buy a Seance booster box for $78, shipped, all in, plus taxes if you have to pay taxes. What was it called? I forget if I did 30 off Seance or Seance 30 off. I would need to look back now. But yeah, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to put a place... 30 off Seance. So let me just type it in the chat in case anyone actually wants it. So if you go to my eBay, if you add Seance to your cart and you use that code 30 off Seance, you'll get 30% off the 112, which I believe is $78 if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, anyways, what Metazoo is after with the minimum advertised price, as far as I understand, publicly facing, if it's on your website, if it's on eBay, they want the price to show 140, 112. And if you use your community to lower it to like market price. So theoretically with UFO, I could sell my UFO boxes for 50 to 60, somewhere in there. They just want it done with a code. I could do a 50% off code off the 112, and I could move the boxes for 56 bucks. With native, market price as of right now seems to be anywhere between 98 and 110. I think the lowest partner I saw doing it was 98. I think the highest was 120. Some amount including bundles. I will be getting a custom native Catch 'em All collectibles stamped promo, but unfortunately it's not timed with release. So whether I price it at 100 for the native booster box alone, or whether I do 112 or 120 with some kind of a promo, I'm leaning more towards just selling you the box for 100. But yeah, that will be done through my website with a discount code. So when I do the live stream, I will have instructions on how to do that. It will be 140 on my website, and then you'll enter some code and it will turn it into $100. I'm going to stream for $100 this Friday or maybe tomorrow night. Code LOL Ponga, code Ray DN. I played RS literally 20 years ago. I think my account is still active. Is the old gear really valuable now? Is this a first edition base set situation? So the stuff that's really valuable, party hats, Santa hats, any of the rares, any of the Easter eggs, pumpkins, half full wine jug, any of those items that you can no longer get, any of the items that were like one-off holiday items that were tradable, very, very valuable. Literally billions of GP in RuneScape 3. But if you played 20 years ago, I play old school RuneScape. It's a 2007 version that's since been updated over the years. It's kind of weird, but yeah, if you played 20 years ago, you would have a RuneScape. You would have a RuneScape 3 account. You would not have an account in old school RuneScape. Under that same main account, you could start on Tutorial Island a brand new account within old school RuneScape. It would be one login for both RuneScape 3 and old school RuneScape. You'd have to create a new character though on old school RuneScape, and RuneScape 3, you would have all your progress, all your items. If you're talking about bandos, tassets, if you're talking about abyssal whips, that stuff is all worth nothing now. That's the power creep. Any gear like that has been power crept into to high alc value essentially. So yeah, that hopefully you kept your money in Santa hats and party hats. I'm Catch 'em All C. So Catch 'em All collectibles is way too long. I've not yet done it, but I want to. I want to do like raids. I've never done raids. I want to do raids with people from like from Discord and I mean from YouTube too. Maybe we'll do raids all together on stream someday. But yeah, Catch 'em All C. I had a username that was more like using my own personal name, nickname, whatever. And I just wanted it to be like, hey, if I'm ever going to stream on this account, I just want it to be like tied in with the brand. So it's just Catch 'em All C, all one word. And my total level is like 1950, I believe, ish, somewhere around there. I know I'm not 2K. PTCG live stream, Dan learning the ropes of how to play the game. That could happen. That could happen at some point, maybe. First, Dan is transitioning to a rip and shipper, and now he's a gaming channel. What has happened? Oh, yeah, safe travels, Basic. Good luck in the tower. Probably 10 minutes ago. Probably missed my message, but um but yeah, I'm just here to use my platform to hopefully entertain and help people. And then, I mean, honestly, selfishly, to document my journey and to entertain myself. Like, if I'm gonna send 2 or 3 hours of Boss Slayer in RuneScape, why not just stream it? Why not stream it and hang out? I do have some coworkers where I used to work that I play with periodically, but most of the time I just play alone. A lot of times I'm playing for 5 to 10 minutes before bed. I'll do a few I'll do like one boss trip before bed on whatever task I have. And it would be cool to get back into playing for like 3 or 4 hour chunks. And the only way I feel like, one, to keep myself like more sane, not just dealing with my thoughts and the sounds from RuneScape, I would rather do it with like friends. I would rather do it with friends and have people to talk to throughout it. My old coworkers, back when I used to play with them more regularly, we were like every Friday night at 9, except sometimes they'd bail on it without telling me, and then sometimes it would be a different night, and it was just hard to get like a crew together. But if I can go live on YouTube and have like 10 to 20, 30 people there just hanging out, talking Pokemon, talking RuneScape, that's a lot more attractive than just playing for 3 or 4 hours alone. Or potentially or not potentially playing with my old coworkers. Dan's tagline, good stuff. I sold my Evolving Skies booster boxes to start a lawnmower business. Yeah, no kidding, you actually could. I'm sure it's a meme, but you really could too. I do want to touch on really quickly. Anybody who can see it, somewhere over here, $1,000. We did hit $1,000. We hit our secondary goal for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Nick did a video that landed just today. I didn't watch it yet because I was doing my walkway. I believe there are some other people that might be doing them, might be or might not be. I'll probably do a short this Friday just to talk about how the challenge is going as a whole, what we've raised. I do owe money still. So Nick beat me. I owe $20 for Nick. There are other people. I said that I would donate every Friday. I did not end up donating Friday. I'm going to do it this Friday morning, and I'm going to make a short that will go live in the weekend. But this was unlocked. So this was unlocked. I'm giving away now a Scarlet Violet booster box in addition to the Charizard UPC because we've hit $1,000. If somehow we find our way to $5,000, I will add in an Evolving Skies booster box. It feels like a very ambitious goal. But anyways, I just wanted to give a quick update on that. I do have the banner active for that. Pikachu will dance if anyone wants to donate somewhere in here. No pressure whatsoever. But a Pikachu will dance for you if you donate to the charity while I'm live on stream. Title, Pokemon Market Q&A. The content, people asking Dan random shit that has nothing to do with cards. I just go where the chat takes me. That's why I think the idea of doing a lawnmower stream or like a RuneScape stream might work out because seemingly people don't really... I mean, if people have questions relevant to Pokemon, I will answer them, but no one's asking them. Usually it's just some memes, and then we end up talking about like housework or I don't know, random crap. I see Mason. Mason, no pressure whatsoever. But I'm leaving it open all April. So no pressure, no rush. If you don't do it, I'm not going to be mad at you or upset with you. But you were one of the ones that I was thinking about when I said there's a few people out there who said they'll probably do it who haven't yet done it. If they do, great. If they don't, that's completely fine too. But yeah, I didn't want to call you out by name in case you didn't end up making a video. But I appreciate you either way. Rudy recently talked about the rumor that Metazoo native set may be underprinted more than previous sets. Did you get your usual 1% share or did you get allocated? As far as I know, I did not get allocated. I paid a couple months ago, a month and a half ago maybe, for my entire order. I ordered a lot. I ordered the most I've ever ordered so far. Whether that's 1% or 2% or 5%, I don't really know. I think a lot of people are under the presumption that native will be 50K of each SKU. But I do not know as of this point. I actually did ask in some official channels that I have to communicate with the higher-ups at Metazoo, and it went unanswered. So I'm not entirely sure. I have heard, very unfortunate, that some partners and some distributors as a whole, I believe Golden Distribution, potentially. I appreciate you, Steve ETCG. Did anyone see the dancing Pikachu there? $10 donation to the charity drive. I appreciate you. But yeah, whether or not they're doing the 50K of each SKU, I'm not entirely sure. I think a lot of people are presuming that based off past ones, but I don't know for 100%. What else was I saying? Pikachu threw me off, but I appreciate Pikachu. Oh yeah. I heard May. I heard Golden Distribution will not be getting theirs till May. I know some individual partners. I have tracking. I have like FedEx tracking. I have DHL tracking. Massive order. I was hoping it would come as like a pallet or two. It might be coming as just like 80 boxes. I'm really interested to see how it ends up coming. But yeah, I have one DHL that's calling it 7 items. And then I have one FedEx that's calling it like 60 items. And then I think I just got another FedEx. If you just heard that sound, I was just fidgeting with an Ultra Pro stand and I just snapped it. Sorry for that loud noise, but yeah, I was fidgeting with one of these and I just snapped the legs off it. Rip. Let me continue to catch up with chat. As far as I know though, my one DHL that has 7 items, 7 units, whatever they call it, 7 pieces, is due to land tomorrow. So I'm hopeful that it does. If it does, I will stream. I mean, if it lands at like 5 p.m. tomorrow, I don't know that I'll turn around and do a night stream same day. If it lands in the morning though, I'll probably set up and do a night stream. If it lands late afternoon, either way, I'll update on Instagram. I'll update on Instagram and with like a live stream, I'll schedule one here. But flex tape it. Yeah, if I get it tomorrow, I will schedule. Like, say I get it tomorrow at 5 p.m., I'll come to my OBS and I'll schedule it for like, I might just do like all day tomorrow. I might just rip all day tomorrow. If people are buying, I'll rip and ship. If people aren't buying, I am ripping like 180 to 200, 250 boxes for singles. They've got the fusion auras. I've been trying to not do many spoilers, but there's a Piazza bird that's hard to pull, very hard to pull. There's a Wendigo that's very, very hard to pull. And then there is 9 different fusion auras, which for the playability of Metazoo, very, very big. Oh, think like dual land almost, as far as I understand. Garen says, do you find your eBay sales drop as you list items less frequently? I don't have the inventory to keep posting 5 to 10 items daily. It recently ran out and now my sales slowed. Maybe it's coincidence. I have heard. I've posted 10 items minimum every day of 2023, and my sales feel stronger, generally speaking. I'm not going to test it. I'm not going to skip a day. I am doing 10 a day in perpetuity. They changed it. It used to be 10-cent scheduled listing fees. So every weekend I was spending $1 a day to do my 10 listings per day. Not a big deal. I was going to do it all year long. Scheduling listings is free now. So if I'm going on a 2-week vacation, you know I'm going to have 140 scheduled items for free for those 2 weeks. I don't think you can schedule out further than like, it's 2 weeks or a month, somewhere in between there. So you can't just schedule for like the whole year. And I don't know why you would want to, because if you have all those items, you should like get them up sooner rather than later. But like with Metazoo native release, I'm going to list 150 items maybe, or maybe not that many, maybe 100 in the same day. I'll probably list all the holos on one day and then do all the reverse holos on another day. And then I'll do a bunch of the sealed decks and things like that. I'll do it as fast as I can, but I want to be ripping a lot of product too. So the eBay algorithm is pleased by daily listing, as far as I understand. So I'm gonna try to feed the algorithm and keep it happy and full. Just end the stream now, dude. Go play with the kids. They were out helping with the walkway, so I've already gotten to see and play with them a bunch today, and we're waiting on the sister-in-law to come over too after her work day. So by no means, yeah, I'm definitely taking a fair bit of time off. I just watched Mario with them yesterday too, but I appreciate you, Ernie. Movies, work outside, now family time. When are my cards shipping though? So before I started the walkway project, I did every day shipping, and then Wednesdays consignment payouts. Shipping and consignment payouts happened this morning before I went to the walkway. Priority one is always shipping and consignment payouts, and then my 10 listings. Those three things always happen. Well, the two happen daily, listing and shipping, and then the consignment payouts are just once a week. Flips Pokey is the name of our podcast. Sky is doing TOA. Yeah, I've not tried it yet. I've not done any. I've not done chambers. I've not done theater or the tombs. At some point, I want to get into raids. I have the levels. I have max strength. I have max hit points. My attack and defense are like mid 90s. My mage is mid 90s. My range is mid 90s. All my levels are there. My bank's a few hundred mil, I would say. I would be able to. I don't have an infernal cape, but I do have like a fire cape. I have Barrow's gloves. I have the gear. I have the gear. I have several hundred Vorkath kill count. I have several hundred Serb. I have 500 or 600 Hydra. I think I would have the ability to like the skill level to raid. I've just not tried it yet. Thoughts on MTG Lord of the Rings collectors? You're talking about like, I don't know if you're talking about the 1 of 1 card or just MTG Lord of the Ring in general. I don't do much with Magic. I don't know much about it. I've not watched the Lord of the Rings movies nor read the books, so I don't really have. I know generally. I mean, it's a very big thing in pop culture, right? One of my roommates back in college was very big into Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, and he was appalled that I'd not watched either. But I made it through all of college. He was my roommate all 4 years, and I made it through without watching them. So, yeah, I don't know enough about. I know vaguely about like what Lord of the Rings is and the 1 of 1 card, and I don't know enough to really comment on Lord of the Ring Magic though. The best item on my account is the orange shield, a level or 2 down from Elysian. I know Corp drops the Elysian, the Spectral, and the... I forget what the third sigil it drops is. I don't know. Spirit? No, Spirit is just the base shield, and then the sigils are the Spectral. I forget what the third sigil is. Maybe it's the Spectral, though, you're talking about. Rotom Mower Dan stream. Wow, 1950, not even the 2K club. What a noob. I have such a hard time. I had the quest cape like a year or two ago. I've not done any of the new quests that have come out. I got my base stats to just do the quest cape, and I got the Falador. I got the diary where you don't have to use the fairy rings. You don't have to use the Draymond staff, because I thought that was really a good diary thing to have. But other than that, I have such a hard time leveling a thing past like 70. The grinds are miserable. I can't do skilling. I can't do skilling like... I'll never max. Never. Not even close. All I want is my damn promo. Can you keep the box? I'm really interested to see. I think there's going to be, as always, people just get butthurt about things. If I sell directly my promo and I don't give it away in some kind of a bundle or whatever, if I put a specific monetary value on it, I think people will feel entitled to know, well, how many do you have and how much money you're going to make off this? And it's like, I'm really interested to see what the general consensus is around like the consumer base, how they feel about it. I'm really interested to see how other partners handle it. I was thinking about just doing like a buy a box promo, selling the boxes for right around market price, and then just including if I get a $100 sale, yeah, I'll throw a promo in with it. Unfortunately, I don't have it though, so I can't do it out of the gate with native. But we'll see when they come in. I don't know whether they're coming in a week or in months from now. But anyways, I'll keep an eye out on what other partners are doing and then decide and go from there. Why aren't you buying raw Moonbreons and grading them for quick 30% tendies? There's a lot of things I should be doing. There's a lot of things I'm actively not doing that are just easy money. I'm one person though. I'm a one-man operation, and I have a limit. I have a limit as to how much I can do, and right now I'm really limited by my personal backlog. I am doing great things though towards alleviating that. By the end of April, I'm confident my major storage areas will be completely gone through. Oh yeah, one thing I kept handy here. 2 things I turned up today. Not today, last night. Last night while I was working. I found these randomly. I have like 4 of these, I think. For anyone who doesn't know what this is, it's called the Silver Bible. I want to say the book now, even open. Like I have 1 or 2 sealed, and then I have a couple open. It's a really cool reference book with just like every Japanese card made through X year. I forget what it is, but you've got like the Illustrator, the Grand Party. You've got a lot of the early trophies, the physical trophies, and the trophy cards. I had lost where a few copies of this book had went, and I didn't know where they were. Well, I was just reorganizing the storage area, and I came across a couple. Yeah, like here's all the different decks, the base deck. You've got the different packs, some of the different products, the Southern Islands, and sorry if it's super blurry, but super cool book. I'm not trying to like pump it. At some point, I do plan to sell 1 or 2 of my spare copies, but as of right now, I don't have any listed. I'm not trying to pump it. I know that it was mentioned by SM Pratt, and he was not trying to pump it either. He was just trying to say like, hey, this is a really cool reference book. And I found this. I didn't even buy this that long ago, but like I completely forgot that I had it. It's not actively listed anywhere. I'm probably going to list it, if not sooner, at the latest by next week on eBay. I'm not a big blister guy. I get so nervous about like eventually the glue wearing off, whatever, and then it just becoming a loose pack. But yeah, Team Rocket blister, that's a pretty expensive item. It came as part of a big collection I bought like 4 to 6 months ago, and I just had it in a box of like to do later, to get to later, and it was in it was at the bottom of a pile of about 6 boxes of like I'll get to these later. I'm getting to everything right now. I'm going to have, at the end of the day, I'll probably have 40-ish monster boxes, like 200,000 cards of things that I want to ultimately do with like a bulk sorter, and then bulk off what's sub 50 cents, sub $1. I actually do, if anyone, most people that watch me probably watch and follow Old Skool Pokemon, he got a magic sorter. I also have one on order. So for the summer, I'm going to get that to go through my backlog of a couple 100,000 cards. Other than that, I'm going to get everything listed though. In the coming, I mean, right now, Native is coming out. Scarlet and Violet just came out. I've been pretty busy with that. But by the end of April, if not, like by the end of May for sure, I will have everything like accessible. I will know everything that I have. I will have no more like unknown backlog, things hiding like this in it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that time. I'm putting up new shelves. I'm restructuring like how and where I store certain things. Some amount of that is being expedited by like the whole Troll and Toad announcement they made with Evo ending next year. But it needed to happen either way, and I intended for it to happen this spring. Just things go slower than I think they will, unfortunately, oftentimes. But yeah, let me that was my long way of answering why I'm not buying raw Moonbreons and grading them for quick 30% tendies. What time is the box break? It's either tomorrow night or it is Friday, unless somehow DHL doesn't come. Hopefully it comes, and it will be one of those 2 times. Yeah, that is profit. I mean, Seance at 78, I am profiting not an insane amount. 78 minus the eBay fees is like 70, and then minus shipping is like 60. I'm not profiting heavily, but there is some amount of profit there. How long until alternate arts are so common they replace commons? Very interesting question. Kind of a meme, I think, but maybe not really, because Power creep. Power creep of like, we were just talking about it with respect to a video game, old school RuneScape. It's a thing though. I mean, rarity creep. The rarest, coolest looking card you had back in the day was a half art hollow card, right? Hollow Charizard, hollow Venusaur, Blastoise. That was the highest rarity. And then you went to secret rares, and then you went to gold stars and old school EXs and primes. And then you started using like the full art of the card. And then at some point, and now, not only do you have like one reverse hollow every pack, because that never used to be a thing up until the e-reader era. Expedition, I believe, should have been the first set they started including the reverse hollow in every pack. And so you went from like one premium card every 3 packs to now you have like one semi-premium card in the reverse hollow every pack, and then still 1 out of 3 in every pack. Now you have 3. They raised MSRP and they kind of like threw us a bone to keep us from being too unhappy. Now you have 3 shiny cards in every pack. And how long until every card's shiny? Look at Dragon Ball Super. Look at Dragon Ball. I've never opened a pack, but like I've seen what the commons look like. I've seen what the uncommons look like. 10, 20, 30 years from now, will every single card, will alt art be the lowest rarity? Like literally, will alt arts be commons? And then like, I don't know what they'll do. The card will just project up like a 4D hologram for the chase cards. I don't know, but it's an interesting thing to think about. And it goes into the thing of, Jake's talked about comic book covers, the original ones versus the 90s where they got shiny and flashy, and eventually like they look better. Most people will say they look, it's subjective, but like most people will say they look objectively better, the full arts compared to the half arts. I personally, I'm more nostalgic towards the old arts. I can see the argument though, more area using the space to do art. The art does on average overall look a lot better on the newer cards. But at some point, if that becomes the expectation, if that becomes the norm for every card, like, will they go too far with it? Interesting thing to think about. I don't really know. I don't really know the answer. What's the best set for a Metazoo noob to open? I think there's a lot of great things for a Metazoo noob to open right now. Wilderness is like a $40 box shipped to your door from certain sites right now. And you can chase a serialized card, 1 of 100 serialized cards. You can chase the golden ticket. You can chase the bronze, silver tickets. And then Bigfoot's in it. To me, Wilderness is pretty solid value at a little over $1 a pack. But that said, it's not plus EV. It's probably not plus EV at those prices. Still, so like any other product, rip with knowing that you're going to lose money. If you want to just take a look at the sets and buy singles, there's a lot of super cheap singles out there in Metazoo. But buy it as a consumer, not as an investor, in my opinion. Just like I would say for Pokemon. Nightfall's good. Nightfall's under $100 right now too, I think. So it's like more than twice as expensive as Wilderness, the example that I gave. But I really like Nightfall. I think every set had something interesting, something I enjoyed in. I never did any of the gambling. Never did do the dual arena. Dual arena's been heavily nerfed, but never did dicing, flower games, anything like that. Question for Daniel: if and when it all goes to 0, what would you flip that you haven't flipped before? So I haven't flipped before. I couldn't do video games because I've done those. I couldn't do coins. I couldn't do Steins because I've done all those. Paper currency is one that I've never done that I've thought about because there is a lot of beautiful paper currency over the years. I would probably stick with US, but there are like a lot of collectible niches in like different world currency. Other than that, I don't really know what else. Nothing else comes to mind immediately. It would honestly, the real answer is probably something that I've already done. I would probably go into coins, but you made me exclude that, so I would say paper currency, which is very, very close to coins. Dan, can I trade you a CGC 9.5 Wilderness Bigfoot for a Dan Metazoo promo? I have to see when they come out how they I will be distributing the promo somehow. I just don't know how. Flip RuneScape Santa hats. Dan, every time I see someone showing off cross-grading to another company, they're always winning. Are you just bad or unlucky? I think generally when it comes to social media, most people just show you your wins. There are some amount of people who will only show you your wins, and that's fine. That's just what anybody can do on their channel, on their social media, whatever they want to. I appreciate you, Java, with the gifted membership. But yeah, it was funny. I mean, I did a very public thing. I showed it off before I sent it out. So however it went, like I showed it off. People were going to call me out like, hey, where's that follow-up video? Did you get your grades back yet? I thought it was funny. I made a little meme. I made the meme short with it. It was fun figuring out how to do a little bit of on-screen editing, adding the music. That was one of the first shorts I did where I put like text over the thing and all through the YouTube app. But it was fun. I am bad. I was not unlucky. I was just, I guess, slightly unlucky. There's always going to be some amount of luck in grading. Done again, done over. There could have been a day. I'm 100% convinced, like not even convinced, I'm 100% positive that there could have been several 10s in there, and that could have been very plus EV. It was negative EV. I lost money. Not an insane amount. I should have lost more. I should have been punished harder, but that's the way it goes. Anyways, L-dubs. So someone's going to call me out here, but you're confusing the memberships over at PokeFlips with the memberships here. I don't think we had a big backlog of memberships here. So someone's going to call me out for having memberships, double dipping on PokeFlips in here. But yeah, that's what's going on there. I do not believe I had a big backlog. It's been a while since Amplitude. We do have the ball bass emote for Amplitude. It's been a while since he's dropped 50. So yeah, I think we're fully distributed over here. Let me throw that on screen. Appreciate you, Java. Is that a Cosmic Eclipse box up top? I do have one somewhere, don't I? Yes, that's Cosmic Eclipse. I should get that listed. I should sell that somewhere. How fragile are steins? Quite fragile. High attrition. I've heard many stories about people having shelves like this and then like running a cable behind them to get it to the TV and just wiping off like 8 steins off a shelf. And I've shipped them. I pad them really well, but I've had multiple broken in the mail. Huge pain to handle and ship. And I have like 50 or 100 steins. I need to do a show. I need to do a trade show, a Breweriana trade show, to get rid of a lot of the ones that I don't want, because I want to get down to my collection. Like one display cabinet I have in my little like man cave thing I built in my garage, like a little bar area. I've got a kegerator, I've got a little shelf, cooler. But yeah, I want one display of like all the original ones, Schultz and Dooley Steins from the commercials, and that's it. Mr. Walrus has found 2 listings a day successful. Yeah, 10 is arbitrary. 10 is my number, but whether it's 2, whether it's 10, whether it's 200, I think it's best to feed the algorithm every day. I'm like 20 minutes behind in chat, so I'm gonna try to catch up. Child labor equals playtime. Posting your product daily on eBay, is there a certain you like having the product to live, to live? I don't know. I don't understand the question. I don't know if you're saying, is there a certain limit? I don't like my listings getting older than some certain amount. One thing I'm focusing on much more moving ahead, I've been bad about, stale and stagnant listings. I think they call a listing stale after 30 days. And I think they call it stagnant after 90 or 180 days. I do not want listings to get older than 6 months. Most items priced well, unless the market's falling quite rapidly, which, I mean, certain times, certain items it is. Most things should sell within 6 months if priced well. If not, it's too niche and I don't want to be dealing with it in my store. So yeah, one thing I've been bad about is just repricing things. And once it hits 6 months, if not 3 months, I might get to a point where once it hits 3 months, I drop the price between 3 and 6 months, almost do like a Dutch auction until it's gone. And if it doesn't sell by 6 months, I end it, I reprice it substantially lower, and I get it gone. I've been bad with that. I've been bad with like sell through for a while. My offspring have met their daily requirement for parental interaction. Yeah, I think I kind of like stumbled over what I was saying there, and it came out awkward. Is your wife a lurker in your streams? Definitely. She definitely lurks. Not all the time, but if she's driving home from work, if she's out and about, whatever, it could be on right now for all I know. I'm not positive, but from time to time she definitely is. I'm definitely being watched. How do I join the Discord? I'm in a lot of Discords. I am in one paywalled one. Gasp. Very, very touchy subject, I know, to some. But yeah, at the bottom of my description, there's a link to the Pokenomics Patreon. If you join that, there is a benefit to the Patreon included in the $10 a month that you will get access to the private Discord. I'm in that one. That's my most frequent one. That's the one I run. I started and I run it along with Jake. I'm also in Oaks. I would shout out Professor Oaks over most others. I'm in some other smaller ones, but I think Rattle has one. I'm not in that one, but E4 has one that I'm in. Not very active at all. I'm in. There's a lot of like offshoots of the bigger ones. There's a lot of Discords out there. I'm in way too many Discords. I'm most active though in Pokenomics, and then the Pokenomics paywall one, and then Oaks. So those are the main two I would recommend. Will there be Discord for OSRS raids? If I do things like that, I would not want that to be behind a paywall. So I do talk about OSRS periodically in the Pokenomics Discord, the Patreon paywall Discord. But I would not really want to gate it behind that. I don't think I'm gonna start my own Discord. I might just use like Oaks. I might just reach out to Oaks and borrow it and ask him if I could create like my own channel. My own I would need to figure out how to do it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't want to clutter up someone else's Discord, but I also don't want to put it behind a paywall. I need to figure out how I would arrange that, but it would be nice to be able to have a channel that if people were interested, they could get the role added to their Discord and they could pop in and out. I would want to vet again. So I would want to vet people to some extent. I would be cautious about, I do not want someone coming on just dropping. I mean, if you swear casually, that's absolutely fine. Curse words don't bother me. But if someone comes in saying very, very hateful things, bad things, if someone is just coming in to troll in general, I would want to vet like who had permissions to get into that channel while I'm live on YouTube. So that is all. I need to figure out how I want to do that. The first time that I stream RuneScape, the one that I was talking about earlier, that will just be me solo for now. So me solo for now to test it out, see how it's received, and see if people enjoy it. And then from there down the line, I do have in the back of my mind, like I absolutely want to be able to send raids with a crew of people. I know like Chambers of Xeric, you can do massive raids. I think Tombs of Amasket and Theater of Blood, you might be limited to like 5 or 6, but I'll figure something out. I'll figure out a way to get people in where it's not behind a paywall. But yeah, I'll get it sorted. I'm also appalled that you haven't read / seen Lord of the Rings. What kind of nerd stream is this? Yeah, 80's too much. Today was beautiful. Today was like 70, 65, 70. 60 is ideal. If I'm doing nothing, I want like 60 to 65. If I'm working, I want like 55 to 60 because I sweat too much. Tomorrow and the next day are like 80s, which is just too much. Are you the only one that will have the Dan promos, and did they tell you how many they printed? I'm not 100% how it's going to work. I do not know if mine will be exclusive, card and stamp, or if it will be one partner card that is stamped for me and is stamped for Argos and is stamped for Casters Society. I'm not entirely sure on that. So mine might be a unique card functional to me with my own stamp, or it might be a partner card unique functionally to all other cards. But then I have my stamp, Argos has his stamp, Caster has their stamp. I think more the latter. I think it will be more like one partner-specific card. You can get the function of the card from me, or from Argos, or from Caster, or from whoever else. But the stamp will be unique to me, is as far as I understand. And the print run is based off some percent of your order. I don't remember exactly, but I will have that information, obviously, at some point. You mentioned many times to buy where you see value. Do you see anything for sale right now that has more value than the Zard UPC at distributor or market pricing? No, Zard UPC is one of the most like obvious things to me. I've been talking about it. I think some publicly, some privately. I'm buying my full allocation of 12 every week, 84.50 times 12. I'm spending $1,000 a week on Zard UPCs till I can't buy them anymore. I'm actually actively selling on my eBay. I'm selling these sealed promo packs for like $30. 30 to $35. Obviously minus shipping, I'm netting maybe mid-low 20s. But I'm selling it's three exclusive Zard promos. It's, what is it, 16 packs or 18 packs? To me, it's like a pretty obvious thing. It's a pretty good value. At some point, whether it's 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years from now, I feel like people will say like, oh wow, the price is that high. Where was everybody? Why was everybody sleeping on that? But maybe not. I'm not saying to go out and invest. I'm just saying, to me, relative to everything else I can buy, that feels like good value. So I'm capitalizing on it. It might not pan out, and I might end up, worst case, rip them all and then stream the packs. I'm doing these monthly streams now, so I need packs for that. So how's it going, Chris? Nice to see you. LC first card with a reverse in every pack. For whatever reason, I was thinking in my mind, it went Expedition, then Aquapolis, then Sky Ridge, then LC. But yeah, LC Legendary Collection was before, wasn't it? I don't know why I mixed those up in my mind. But yeah, Legendary Collection was May of 2002, and then Expedition, then Aquapolis, then Sky Ridge. I knew Legendary Collection obviously has those firework reverse hollows, but for some reason, mentally, I was thinking that set was after. I'm not a big fan of reverses in general, and I've never been a fan of the LC ones either. Message you on Discord, Dan, with an important image. I didn't even have my Discord opened. Let me get that open. What, I don't know what this is. I guess this is the DMs between James and Cam, and James screenshotted me saying in Discord. I showed this. I said I love finding stuff that I forgot I had. This was only from like 6 months ago or so. So James screenshotted that out of the paywall Discord and sent it to Cam, and Cam said I hate him. Oh man. Oh, I should actually. I didn't do it before, but why don't we leak the image that Cam sent me of James in a cowboy hat? Not like it's a big deal. It's not like I remember we talked about that though. Let me find the best way to do this so that I don't accidentally spill all my DMs, my juicy DMs with Cam. But let me save this as an image. Cowboy James. And then let me throw in an image. Cowboy James. We're going to browse for what we just saved. So yeah, I will be spoiling soon Cowboy James image. It's showing up as like way too big on my screen, which I thought it might. So I made it not visible, which I've run into before. I didn't know you could do that for a long time, but now I do. So yeah, Cowboy James will be joining us soon. If I did this correctly, I hope I did. Yes, looks like I did. So let me catch up with chat more, but I will have Cowboy James to spoil it in a few minutes. Best thing to open your wallet. Dan, have you heard or played Melvor Idol? It's an idle game heavily inspired by RuneScape. Highly recommended. Melvor Idol. I've not heard of that. I am really honestly not looking to get into any new games. I don't have a lot of time for gaming. I might be able to justify it slightly more if I do it like on stream. I can feel semi-productive if I'm at least making content, right? But I did pull it up on my browser, and I'll take a look at it probably tomorrow. But let's see. Does PSA grade the damn promo? They absolutely should. It will be a like legitimate release of a Metazoo promo, so they should. UPS store address is a good option. Yeah, a lot of people do use that. I don't have that near me, I don't think. My closest UPS is like almost 30 minutes away. Ball Bass. When you said show, I thought like Antiques Roadshow at first. No, like a trade show. They have them every couple months. Oh, what time of day? When I schedule them, I just default to noon. I always get confused whether or not they're using Pacific time or my time, which is Eastern time. So just to be safe, to make sure it goes on like midday to hit that day, to hit that 10 for the day for the algorithm, I do like noon. I think it's noon Pacific, so I think it's like 3 p.m. Eastern. You see what he offers on his market Q&A, folks. Don't waste your money. Oh man. Yeah. Just to push back on retro. I think a lot of people do find enjoyment and value there. No pressure whatsoever. I am friends with people in the Discord. I am friends with people out of the Discord. My friendship cannot be purchased. I guess an emote can be purchased though, because we do have the Ball Bass for Amplitude. But anyways, we have the monthly Zoom meeting, we have the weekly Discord voice calls, and then we have just the backlog of all the content, backlog of all the data spreadsheets, presentations, things like that. Ray has his own office hours every so often. Safelogian has taught learners for all 3 raids, would be happy to help. I would very much appreciate that. I just know that like the best way to do it would probably be like, I'm actually in the I'm in a Discord for it. I've not done it, but I'm in We Do Raids, I believe is the Discord. I think they do free learner raids every week sometime. But it's just hard to do. Yeah, Court Mass would be fun. So many fun things we could do potentially on RuneScape, on YouTube. I have 150 Zard UPCs at 72 each cost. Plan to hold till it gets at least towards 200. Yeah, I don't know how quickly it will happen. Maybe it'll take a long time, but it wouldn't overly surprise me if sometimes the price goes up because the price goes up. So I can still buy it weekly through my distributor. I've heard other people, I think I heard Pokemart talking about how he can no longer buy them through his distributors. So I can only buy 12 a week. Once that runs out, if everyone else's things run out, I mean, it just feels like it's one of those things that could take off. I'm not saying it will. I'm not saying to go invest in it, but I know what I'm doing. I probably have around 150 myself, and I'm going to get 12 more a week until they're gone for sure. 13 gem, mint 10s out of 21 cards. Congrats. I'm going to speed up here. 2 minutes left to the stream, and I am going to show the James photo to end it off. But yeah, let me try to catch up completely. Sometimes I get booster boxes from sellers who just put it in a fitted corrugated box with no bubble wrap or anything. It seems to arrive fine, but are most buyers okay with this? At the end of the day, if the booster box comes in, if you think about it, it kind of is crazy how in-depth some of us are in this. How to most people, the product is the card. The box and the wrappers for the packs are the packaging. As collectors, we want everything to be in as good of condition as possible, and I understand that. But at the end of the day, like, if the product gets to you in good condition, you really don't have any complaints, any reason to complain, I don't think. This box is in pretty good shape. Sometimes I get them from the distributor with crushed corners, with these things popped. Sometimes they come from Pokemon with terribly loose wrap, with the Pokeballs like rubbed off. At the end of the day, like, don't lose sight of the fact that the product is the cards inside. I get wanting to have a good box, but like at the end of the day, like it's tough. It's tough to double box and all this extra stuff. I don't know. It would be nice though if I'll probably only ever sell by the case, and I do put the case in an outer box. I never want to get into selling individual booster boxes, but if I did, I would probably include a photo of literally how it's being shipped. I would say do not buy this if you are collecting the outer packaging. I would say buy this for the packs, buy this for the cards. If and when I ever sell individual booster boxes like that, I will disclaim in my listing, do not buy this for the outer packaging, because these will be like lesser condition ones, just to be safe. What's the most expensive non-Pokemon card you sold? The $4,000 Black Label Susanoo, the Sasuke Susanoo from Naruto. Dan's friendship cannot be purchased. I tried. He's only friends with Daily Refinement. He's a liar. I literally purchased his friendship. What do you think about Unified Minds? I see it going up. I don't even know what the box goes for by itself. It's an older set. They didn't print as much as they're printing today. As long as you're buying it for the right price, like I think it's reasonable in that it won't like tank overnight massively, but I don't love it. I loved buying it for $85 from my distributor years ago when it came out, and I don't look back. I don't look back on boxes afterwards. I probably have one or two left, and once I get them listed, I'll just sell them, and then I'll be done with that product line. So I don't really like the long-term crystal ball investing type question. But yeah, to end it, that is the last comment that is there right now. So that no more questions. I will show you Cowboy James. So completely unrelated to the stream, we did a Pokemon Market Q&A. We didn't talk about Pokemon whatsoever. We're randomly showing another YouTuber, another PokeTuber wearing a cowboy hat for no reason whatsoever. We talked about it a long time ago, probably a month ago now for some reason. I got this image and I intended to share it. And once I got permission to have it shared, the stream was already over. So I never showed it. Yeah. But yeah, there's Cowboy James for you. I hope he had a good meal. I hope he had a good meal at Texas Roadhouse. I myself went to Texas Roadhouse like a week or two ago. Let me know in the chat, just to end it on something that is again not related to Pokemon whatsoever. Texas Roadhouse rolls with the cinnamon butter. Yes or no? Me, big no. Honestly, I cannot think of another restaurant that has like I love bread. Bread is one of my favorite foods. There's so many good ways to make good bread. There's so much variety in bread. They have the worst bread of any restaurant I've ever been to. It's not bad. It's fine. But I do not like cinnamon butter with my bread, is one. And two, it's just like, I can't think of another establishment, another restaurant that has worse bread. And it's funny because like so many of my friends and family, so many people love Texas Roadhouse for their bread. And I don't see it. Yeah, garlic butter would be way better. I'm a big garlic butter guy. Dan, at first I thought you were a robot, and now I realize you're a monster. I figured this would be like a very hot take to end on. So yeah, let me end on that very hot take. Let me know in the chat. Ray makes cinnamon butter at home because of Texas Roadhouse. Brandon likes it. And just like that, Dan is my least favorite. I figured this what would be a very I love Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster. I don't know if PogoDad is saying those are the worst or if those are the best. They're not the best by any means, but they're a lot better. They're a lot better. I'm not a big cornbread person either. It's funny because some of my friends in college used to call me cornbread because I lived out like in the farmland. Anyways, there's Cowboy James. There's a quick talk on a very divisive topic of bread. Unsub, thumbs down. I better end before my subs go down to 3,000 again. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone hanging out. We didn't talk much Pokemon. I'm just gonna call this Dan live stream. But hit the button. Hit the button. This live is over. I appreciate you all watching.